see how it goes. So you've got all your blocks, your blanket, all your fun things to help let your body heal and relax and stretch gently. First of all, please lay down and have a strap, yoga strap, or a thin scarf or a tie. Lay down. Have that handy. And just feel yourself down on your mat without any props. And now take an inhale and squeeze, contract every muscle in your body, your face, your feet, your hands. Squeeze yourself together. And then exhale and release. Relax your whole body. Contract again. Make fists. Squeeze yourself together side to side. Inhale, squeeze, tighten all the muscles you can. And exhale, release all the muscles in your body. And now get your strap, please. We're going to lengthen the hamstring. Put the strap or your tie around the ball of your foot, your metatarsals, where your toes meet your foot. Stretch your leg up, stretch your arms long, and we're just going to breathe here for a little bit with your left leg rooted down and your right leg straight up. Tack your right thigh away from your torso, tack your left thigh down to give your back traction and length. You can stay with your legs sort of just steady, feeling it, or if you'd like, you can move your leg overhead a little bit more for a deeper stretch, and then release it, loosen the stretch. And you can pulse slowly back and forth. And then straighten your leg straight up. Pick up your left leg, put your left metatarsals in your foot, and take your right leg out. Tack your right leg down. Left thigh comes away from your torso. And breathe slowly and deeply as you release the stretch and then reintroduce the stretch. And then bend your left leg, take your foot out, set your strap aside. Please take your arms out overhead. Hook your thumbs together. Squeeze your legs together. And now just bend yourself. Take your shoulders to the right. And just give your left side of your body a little extra lengthening. And then stretch straight up. And bend your torso over to your left. Breathe into the right side of your body. And then come through center. Give yourself one big stretch. Point your toes, stretch out through your spinal column, through the top of your head as you point your toes. And then let your legs relax. Bring your arms down along your side. And bend your legs. Place your feet down and pick up your block. Place it right underneath your sacrum. We're going to give your hip flexor a nice opening here that's often so contracted when we're sitting and walking and many activities, squatting. So when you get that blockage, you'll feel nice and comfortable. You can put your palms down alongside your torso. Take your left leg out. Set your left heel down. Right leg out. Set your right heel down. And we'll just stay here for some breaths. Get a nice hip flexor opening, so as stretch. I'm going to stay here for a little while. If you feel like, oh, I could use a bigger hip flexor stretch, you can bend one leg, then the other. Set your foot down. Press your hips up and take your block to the next higher level. And have it securely grounded down on your hips there, your sacrum area. And then replant your hands down. And take your heel leg back out and the other. You can bring your shoulders a little closer together here. And please remember to modify any pose if something doesn't feel right. Poses will feel different to everyone according to what you've been doing with your body before you got here, the hours before, the months before, the years before, and how you were born. Longer legs, longer torso. So you always modify. Then one leg, set your foot down. Then the other, set your foot down. Press both feet down. Lift your hips, take the block out, and set it to the side. Lower your hips back down. Place your hands on your thighs and take your back down to your mat. Push your thighs away from your torso. And release. Roll over to your right side. Use your arms to lift you up. And we will do a supportive child's pose. So take your knees far apart. Let your big toes touch. If you have a bolster, bring your bolster right up in between your legs. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a pillow and a blanket, or something that feels supportive. Rest your belly down, rest your torso down, rest your forearms down on your mat, and turn your head to one side. So restorative poses are help to release any tension or tightness in your body. So please make sure you're nice and comfortable. We move through our days so often unconsciously in a state of fight or flight. Sort of like, I'm ready world, I can do whatever needs to be done. Sometimes we can even take that into our sleep. So this restorative practice is consciously letting your body release stress or tension, or I'm ready, to I'm resting. We'll stay here for several moments with expanded awareness of your breath and your resting body. Our exhale has a deep impact on our parasympathetic nervous system, the resting part of our nervous system. So you feel like, oh, I'm resting, but I could relax even more. Lengthen your exhale. Slowing down can sometimes be more challenging than a moving practice, moving exercises. Just love yourself with any sensations that come up. Return to your breath. Slide your arms and your hands back, and then anchor your hands down. Lift your torso up. Sit up momentarily. You can slide your bolster or whatever you're laying over out. And then sit down on your left buttocks on the left side of your torso and take your left hips right up to your bolster or the situation you have that you had for your supported child's pose. Now we're going to do a supported twisting pose. Yeah, you'll feel a nice little twisting in your spine and your hips. Just make it feel good. Now turn your torso out over what you got there in front of you, and then lay your torso down. Rest your forearms down again. Now here, if you'd like, you can turn to the right side of your head if that feels comfortable, or you can stay on the left side, or you can slowly alternate back and forth. You can close your eyes. Helps to draw our awareness in. Quiet the mind. See if you can even let your upper back sink closer to your bolster. Gentle spinal rotation here. Gentle decompression. Take a deeper inhale. Slower. Draw your arms back again. Anchor through your arms. Slowly lift your torso up. You can leave your hands anchored down. See if you can come up to your knees and walk your knees over to the other side of your mat. And rest your hips down right on the edge of your bolster. And lengthen your spine long out over your bolster. And then choose which way you want to turn your head. Maybe on one side you can turn it the opposite way, easier than on the other side. That's true for me. One side of your body is definitely looser than the other side. And love your loose side, love your tight side. I'm reading a new book. It's called In Love with the World. I highly recommend it. It's It's about a monk who was raised as a monk with attendants, and a monk as a father. And after so many years, he decided he was going to take a retreat out into India, where nobody cares if he was a monk. And all the things that came up for him in his consciousness. So many pages in this book are life lessons. In it, he said that we have between 50,000 and 80,000 thoughts every day. It's pretty astounding. Begin to slide your hands back and press your arms down, lift your torso. Now we're going to come back to opening to our lying down to open our upper back. So your roll is now side to side on your blanket. You can put a block towards the top of your mat and then turn around. You can have your cloth for your eyes here if you'd like. And put this roll right underneath your thoracic spine, your upper back. And then rest your head down on the block. If you're just using a yoga blanket or a yoga roll, maybe you don't even need the block. Let your chest open. And if you'd like, rest the cloth down over your eyes and forehead. This helps quiet the mind. Once you're comfortable, organized, rest your awareness in your breath. You can have your knees bent or legs straight, you choose. Deeper inhale. Slower exhale. And bend your elbows and bring your hands down alongside your torso. And bend your legs. Lift your head up. Lift your chest up. Use your arms to lift you up to seated. Now we're going to deepen our chest opener, our pectoral muscle opener, our heart opener, with 2 blocks. And if you don't have 2 blocks, you can modify by using a pillow behind you. So if you have 2 blocks, I think most of you do, I highly recommend it. So put 1 block high, put 1 block almost right up behind it, and then turn away from those 2 blocks. You can also have your cloth handy. And then slowly lower yourself down, come to your forearms and lower yourself down. Aim to get the bottom tips of your shoulder blades right on the block. Yeah. And then rest your head down on the higher block. So you want to have the block on your shoulder blades, the part that's really tight in us. And you'll know you have the block in the right place when it feels good, like acupressure points. And let your shoulders fall down to the earth. You can turn your palms up along your side, or you can rest your palms on your belly. Eyes covered or not, legs straight or bent. This deep resting really strengthens our immune system. So it's not, our body's not revved up, so the organs can function with ease. Tuning into your breath supports your anti-inflammatory system and reduces inflammation, the triggers. We'll stay here for a while and feel free to make any adjustments. Sometimes I like to move my thoracic spine a little forward or back after I feel it's released some part. Lovingly observe the sensations in your body, the sensations in your mind. See if you can let them float by like clouds. Spacious awareness. so spacious, you're aware of yourself connecting to your breath. Return to your breath. If you have a cloth over your forehead, you can set it to the side. With your palms down, place them on the mat. Slide your arms back towards your shoulders. Bend your leg, one leg, then the other. Lift your head up. Lead with your heart to come straight up through center. Loosen your arms. And you can take a cross-legged seat for a moment and feel that new you. Wow. Hope that feels as fantastic to you as it does to me. Okay. Now, we're going to do a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. Lay down. You can lay down on a blanket if you'd like. And have your two blocks in your two hands. Lay down. Whenever you lay down, even when you're sleeping at night, you want to make sure your neck is long and your chin is slightly, ever so slightly tucked. In other words, so your chin is not jutted up to the ceiling. That is not relaxing for your mind. It's not good for your neck. So here, lengthen the back of your neck, have your chin slightly tucked in. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your legs fall open. And right where they fall open, lift them up just slightly and place two blocks underneath your legs. And then replace the cloth over your forehead and your eyes. Also, having the cloth resting on your forehead helps calm some of those 50,000 to 80,000 thoughts we have a day. If you don't have two blocks, I know a couple people have one. Please get another. In the meantime, you can take your feet further away from your torso and let them fall open. Or you can use two blankets or two something evens on the outsides of your knees. You can let your elbows come out and rest your palms face down on your belly. spacious awareness. Gravity's assisting the opening of your hips and your inner thighs. Let gravity also anchor your shoulders down. Maybe you can even press your shoulders and your elbows down to lift your chest up. Bottom tips your shoulder blades together. So while we're here in this pose, the chest has a slight lift too. You can experiment with pressing your feet together and observe what happens. And then release pressing and observe that. And if you'd like, you can alternate. And let them fall open again. You can take your blocks and take your blocks a little further out. Legs have likely opened up more. Your hips have likely opened up more. It's a very advanced practice. Our monkey mind on all those spots want to do something. But to rest your body with your loving awareness on your breath and body. an advanced practice. It allows for deep healing, deep renewal of our body, our mind, and our spirit. And push your feet together. Slide your hands down to the outsides of your thighs. Use your hands to bring your legs up through center. And then you can set both blocks over to the left side of your mat. Pick up your knees. Yep. And hold on to your shins. And we're going to make sacrum circles. Make big circles in one direction. Squeeze your knees in and then take them out to the one side to the other and then squeeze and then again. Slow sacrum circles, giving your back a nice massage. One of my favorite quotes from the Visionary Activism show, go the other way with your sacrum circles. I heard this years ago, and it sticks with me. I have to remind myself, put it, the note in the drawer, is to slow down, to speed up the rate of synchronicity. It's amazing how that will happen. Synchronicities, when we slow down, seem to happen more frequently. And then squeeze your shins all the way in. Lift your head up, lift your chest up. Squeeze yourself together like a little teeny tiny bug in the garden. And rest your feet down. Take your left leg out straight. Pick up your right foot with your right knee bent and roll your right hip over your left hip. Set your knee down on your blocks. If you'd like, you can take your right arm out to the right and rest it down. Make yourself comfortable here. Just put a tiny bit of effort into the stretch, just barely. Just use your breath to make the pose feel luscious and delicious. And then slowly, slowly pick your right leg up. Oh, yeah, it feels heavy, doesn't it? And then let your right leg go long. And you can take your block over to the right side of your body. And then bend your left leg, roll your left hip over to the right, rest it down. And then let your left arm go out to the left. This mindfulness can get to be like a natural high. Check in with your thoughts that you're thinking and feeling, things that make you feel joyous, peaceful, thoughts, feelings that bring you contentment. Take a deeper inhale, longer exhale. Lift that heavy left leg up. That's good. And then stretch it out. And right where you are, only about 1 inch, just 1 inch, pick your right arm up. Rest it back down. Just barely pick up your left arm, just barely up. Rest it down. Move to one leg, pick up one leg just barely 1 inch. Rest it down. Then the other leg. Rest it down. Get deep muscles when we move slowly like that. Now, see if you can pick up your head 1/2 of an inch. See if you can do that. Feel the muscles. Good. Rest your head back down. Now you're going to activate all those muscles. Pretend like you're going to pick up your head, but you don't really pick it up, just energetically. Rest those muscles, rest your head, rest your whole body. Slowly bend one leg, set your foot down, then the other, set your foot down, and then roll to your side. Use your arms to lift you up. We are going to end with Kelly pose. I mean, Viparini Karani. legs up the wall. Everybody's favorite pose, I think, almost. So take your blanket to a wall, a door, or a piece of furniture. And then take yourself and your cloth to cover your eyes. Sit sideways along the wall. I'm going to give you an extra option here too when we're in this pose. So if your hamstrings are tight, scoot yourself a little further away from the wall. If you can touch your toes with hardly any effort, scoot your butt right up to the wall. And then turn around and take your legs up the wall. Feel your weight of your legs sinking down into your hips. Feel your lower back down on your mat. And rest the cloth over your eyes and forehead. It's very good to help regulate our blood pressure, help renew and boost our immune system with the blood coming down out of the legs into our vital organs. Your lower back gets some width and space. Rest your shoulders down and place your hands on your belly, palms down. This pose has a very calming effect on our nervous system. It's the prescription, the yoga prescription for insomnia. You do this pose 10 or 15 minutes before you go to bed. It will help you fall asleep and stay asleep. With each exhale, let your body, your hips, your shoulders, your back, your head sink down into the earth. Zero effort. Optionally, you can take your legs wider for sort of an Uttanasana Konasana position, legs wider with your heels on the wall. Or if you'd like, you can take the soles of your feet together for a Baddha Konasana version. Or keep your legs straight. Return to your breath. And slowly put one foot on the wall, then the other foot. And scoot yourself straight out, please, from the wall, little by little, left to right, straight out. And you do that till you have lots of room to roll to your side. Pause with your head in your forearms. And then use your arms to lift you back up to seated. Drag your legs back into a cross-legged seated pose. Ooh, nice restorative class. From my feeling of being restored and renewed to your feeling of being renewed and restored. Namaste.